How to disable back button on my mouse? I have bought Microsoft Bluetooth Notebook Mouse 5000. It's working just as I wanted except that back button on the left side. I constantly hit it with the thumb and browser goes back. I am not used to this behavior, since my older mouse didn't have such a button. I just want to get rid of it, disable the button once and forever, so if I clicked it, nothing should happen.
Do you have the Microsoft IntelliPoint mouse properties installed? If not, get over to here and download and then install it. Once you have the first tab, buttons lets you configure the button actions. Just select the right side button drop down and select disabled. Click OK or apply and you're done. Note, back is actually on the left side button, so just replace right with left in the above description if you really meant that button.
I would like to throw out X mouse button control as a more generic program. For example, I'm currently using a Dell mouse with a non-Dell computer, and they have decided to lock their mouse drivers to only install on their own computers. X mouse should work with most mice. The only real answer to that is to try it and see, but there are several telltale signs. If you have a 5-button or more mouse and the 4th and 5th buttons perform \next in your web browser, then it's almost certain XMBC will work for the first 5 buttons. XMBC does not support more than 5 buttons. All I can say for sure is it works with the first 5 buttons of my Logitech MX500 and 18 optical mouse, with or without the Logitech software installed. It also works fine with my older original MS IntelliMouse optical mouse. You can also define multiple layers and application-specific profiles. So, you can have it behave as a back button on every program except your browser. The appropriate button and drop-down box will highlight when a button is pressed. You can use that to figure out which button does what, but I found mouse button 5 to be the back button on my mouse.
I took a flathead screwdriver and a pair of pliers and I used the flathead screwdriver to pry up the offending button, then I used the pliers to get a hold of that bugger and pull it loose from the housing. It caused the housing around the left button to loosen a bit, but I managed to work it back into its original position and now the mouse works great. This is a great mouse, but that back button is way too big and too easy to press. It would be nicer if it were further forward and about 1/5 its manufactured length. It would be nice if the button actually had to be pressed to activate rather than just barely touched as you reach over without looking to grab the mouse in order to scroll down or something. Now that I've removed that button, it really is a great mouse.
I needed to do this in 2022, with a Microsoft Sculpt ergonomic mouse on Windows 10. IntelliMouse isn't a thing anymore, and I didn't want to get into third-party things unless absolutely necessary. The download link I needed was in fact right there on the product page, but hidden away. As of today, the page has 2 tabs, Overview and Tech Specs, and the downloads are at the very bottom of Tech Specs. The download will give you an app called Microsoft Mouse and Keyboard Center, which allows remapping or disabling the function of any button on any Microsoft mouse.
If you want a support my channel, please consider subscribing.